Alrighty, I have an update to my iHeart Project pan. I don't remember. I think this is my second update. I have a liquid lipstick on, the Stila one that everybody loves. It's already driving me crazy, which is why I don't wear liquid lipsticks very often. But I have an update to my iHeart Project pan today. I have progress and I'm really excited about it. So I'm gonna jump right into it with the item that I finished by the last update, and that is the Nuance foundation. I dug into this foundation. It was really great and I really enjoyed it. I will link the review that I did for this foundation down below. I did do a wear test as well. I have my Urban Decay foundation. I think I marked it a little bit wrong here. I think that's where I started off. I lost my markings on this foundation, but I knew I started off somewhere up here, and that is where I'm at. I'm actually a little bit below that, but that's okay. I struggle with this foundation. The undertone is not right for me, or it looks like it is, but once it oxidizes, it turns a little bit more reddish pink, and then it looks off. I don't know if you guys can see, I have more yellow down here than I do on my face. My struggle with this foundation has been applying it and getting it to look, everything to look even. So the way that I have been wearing it mostly is by mixing it with a moisturizer and just do one pump and then just leave it as is, or set it with a powder some days. What I did yesterday, which I did the same today, is actually apply 2 to 3 pumps of this one, and I set it with my L'Oreal True Match Powder in W6, and then I go in with W7 on the outer parts, and I get it to match me a little bit better. Because honestly, as of yesterday, I was like, I'm done with this foundation. I'm not going to be looking crazy just to finish it off. But once I did that yesterday, I actually really liked it, and it lasted a lot longer than it does usually, because this doesn't last very long. It looks really pretty initially, but it doesn't wear away gracefully. So I'm really happy that I found a way to get this one to work. Another product that I have here is the L'Oreal Hydra Perfect, which I don't have a lot of progress. You can't see it because I didn't tap it down. But anyways, I do have, like, I think it's the same from last time. I was up here, this is where I started, this is where I was at, because this is not my main focus in this project. My main focus was 2 other powders, which I'll mention in just a second. I normally just grab a little small amount just to buff. Like, once I'm done with my makeup, I'll buff it all over my face just to blend things out. I can't use it as an all-over powder. It makes me look really, really light, and it just doesn't look good. I forgot to mention a product that I did declutter last time. This is the Sonia Kashuk Enriched Bronze. It's a cream bronzer. It breaks me out. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my breakouts, which I don't have a lot of texture going on in my skin because my skin has healed from this product. This broke me out really bad. I had really bad marks. If you saw my last update, you would have seen my breakouts. I'm still holding on to it, but just to show you guys, it is a declutter and I'm not using it anymore because it breaks me out. The Sonia Kashuk Eye Neutral palette, I had these 2 shadows right here. I have expanded the pan on both of them. I don't think I'm gonna finish them by the end of this project, just because I don't do my makeup very often. I was telling Emily a couple days ago, Emily from What Emily Loves, I am the slowest project panner I think in the community because I don't go through products as fast as a lot of other people. I don't know why. I mean, I think it's just because I don't wear makeup every single day, and I don't reapply throughout the day either because I just don't have time for that. I go through things so slowly, which makes me like not meet goals in my project, but at least I'm using them and at least I'm getting more use out of them than I was before. So I'm really satisfied with that. I have my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I did repress this, and I will actually show you guys a picture on this side of before the repress and then after the repress, because it was getting a little bit difficult to pick up the product. But I gotta tell you, I don't like, because once you repress things, it changes the consistency of it, and this is one of those items that just didn't loosen up enough. Although it was very pressed in before, it's pigmented, so I could pick up the product a lot, and I feel like it affected that, so I have to dig into it quite a few times in order to get the pigmentation payoff from this bronzer. But I still enjoy it. It still smells like chocolate, so Really like it. Another product that I repressed that I said that I wasn't going to repress is the Becca blush in Wild Honey. And I went ahead and repressed this one because it was on the edges. I'll show you guys a picture on this side. And honestly, I had before I repressed it, there was like an empty area somewhere on the side, and it was just so difficult for me to pick up the product, so I decided to repress it. I have that smallest little bit. I should be done with it in the next day or so because I don't apply a lot of blush. I think it's lasted me this long only because I was refusing to repress it, but if I would have repressed it a long time ago, I would have been completely done. I have still a little bit on the edges, like up here, but I'm not disappointed. I love this blush. I never got sick of it, and that is very surprising for me given that I'm not a blush person, but I love it. Another powder that I repressed is the Wet n Wild Contour powder. I repressed the yellow powder right here. So the yellow powder right there, and again, I will show you guys on this side what it looked like before I repressed it. And I went ahead and repressed it because I had emptied out a lot of the pan in the center, and I was having to get into the edges, and I was digging into the bronzer every time that I try to dip in my brush. So I repressed it, and then just so that I can pick it up in the center without having to touch the bronzer. A product that I'm still using, and I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty close to finishing out. I may be able to finish it by the end of this project, is the IT Cosmetics Brow Power. I lost my little paper that I had my markings on. If I find it, I will insert a picture for you guys to see, but I can't find it. I don't know where the heck it went, but it's still going on. There is progress in this product. I just can't show you because I do wear it every day. I love this pencil a lot. This one is in Universal Taupe. It is what I have on my brows today. It looks perfect. I just really love the consistency of it. It wears very, very well on my brows. I do set it with a clear brow gel, and I love the color. I love the shape of the pencil. I just love everything about this pencil. And then surprisingly enough, my Urban Decay Primer Potion is still pumping out product. I don't know how this is possible, because even when I don't wear eyeshadow, I will use this as a primer on this area, like in my T-zone, and then I'll apply one pump of this, and still there's like magic product coming. It's like the endless well of this product. It's just, it never stops. But I think that's really good. This is a full size, and for the price, I think it's definitely worth it. It works very well for me, and it's lasted me years. So you get your money's worth with this product. Products that I have finished out since the last update, I finished out this little pencil. I did get one more sharpen out of this one, and then and then I tried to use it, and after that, and it just, the pencil just came right out. Let's see if it'll, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it came right out. So I'm done with that. My Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, that is where I was at last time, I think. And then I was like right here, I marked it yesterday or 2 days ago or something like that, and I just finished it out. Let's see if it'll, it stopped tapping. I tried to remove the little sifter, and it didn't want to come out, so I didn't want to stab myself with a knife, so I decided to stop trying. My MSF powder, I'm done with it. I even went in with a little spatula to try to scrape anything, if there was anything on the edges, and there's nothing there. I'm all done with it. I love this powder. This was in medium tan. Usually I get medium golden. Medium tan is more my summer shade. Medium golden is my year-round shade basically, but this one's was a little bit too dark for me in the winter. But I love the MSF powders. I have repurchased them before and will continue to repurchase them. This is the Pixi by Petra. I struggled with this product because it is very drying on my skin. This is the makeup fixing mist. I know they have a few, but this one right here dried me out so much, and sometimes it actually burned a little bit. So it's very uncomfortable. It made me dewy, but it like sucked the life out of me. Whatever little moisture I have right now in the winter just sucked it right out. So I didn't like this. I would never buy this again. I would never recommend it. The sprayer wasn't even like a fine mist. It just spit it out on my face. And then like yesterday, it spit out a chunk right here because it was the last of it. And my makeup just started kind of falling off in this little area right here. which wasn't fun. That is everything for this update, guys. Thank you guys so much for following along. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great Thursday. Today's Thursday. And I will see you guys in the next one.